Thank you for choosing to watch the Watchman News Headlines video. Our full episodes can now be seen over at Patreon with much more added content for just $2 a month. Link is in the description. If you cannot afford $2 a month, please consider using our Amazon affiliate link, purchasing from our Teespring store, or making a PayPal donation. All links are below. In order for us to grow, we have to make changes to enable it. Our time is valuable, and we have been one of the very few news sources actually dedicated to bringing you honest, hard-hitting, actionable news and information. Plus, for your $2 a month, you do not have to hear me blabber about these links. It's a win for us all.
Bullshit.
Thank you. Good evening, Watchmen and Watchwomen of YouTube. So tonight, kind of an open discussion about the myriad of things going on in the last 24 hours. The skirmish with Israel. Iran is reportedly provoking the United States. Of course, tensions aren't getting any better in the South China Sea. And the situation with the pipeline on the East Coast, at least at this point, is not any better. In fact, shortages are being reported. Some stations out of fuel. Of course, fuel prices have gone up. Last I heard, they're currently trying to get it restarted, but last I knew, it's not restarted yet. So it's, the last 24 hours in itself has been relatively eventful. So, as I always say, keep plugging at it, keep getting ready. That's what we've been doing. I've got a little bit more to do here to finish up as far as my big project with the shed and the prepper closet and all of that. So I've got the video that I got to finish up for that. There's not going to be a ton of stuff on it. I am going to release that on YouTube because, as I explained to Patreon, we don't have a lot of people over there on Patreon. So it is what it is. This video is intended to help individuals, especially individuals that might be a little bit cramped on space, okay? Apartment dwellers or what have you, to maybe give you ideas. That's all my intent is. We don't have a whole hell of a lot of room here, so I'm going to show folks how we're dealing with it. Maybe it might help them come up with some ideas. So, anyway, that's going to be very, very soon, because I'm just about putting a bow on this project. I ordered a handle, a do-it-all handle for the camera. That came in today. So that will allow me to use the camera, the new camera I got, in a lot easier way than I have previously, because before, if I wanted to use a mobile device with it, it had to be connected with an actual physical connector. Now with that, what they call do-it-all handle, it connects wirelessly to the mobile device, and it just makes it a lot easier to deal with. So, but anyway, plus it does all kinds of other things. It helps, now I'm going to get a wireless mic as soon as I can. It's another $100 that connects to it. But it's a real super good quality mic. It's DJI. So, and then that'll be that for that camera. So those are the components I needed for it. But anyway, we'll get there when we can. I've got content coming out for just Patreon, just to give you guys a heads up. Very, very soon, probably it'll be within a week, I'm sure. I'm going to be doing a video of how I set up my pots, my hybrid hydro pots. I'm going to set them up. That will be a Patreon video. So, but I'm going to show the setup of those because it is a unique setup, and it seems to work extremely well, really, really well. So I'm very proud of the results that I've gotten from it. But anyway, let me do some headlines and get the hell out of here for the night. So, let's see. I have one from last night. I'm pretty sure I didn't read this one to you last night. New York police ID suspect in Times Square shooting. say he meant to shoot his brother when 4-year-old girl and 2 women were hit. I don't know if I said that one last night or not. Anyway, now I'm to headlines that I put out this morning. Let's see. Not another SNL skit, ? SpaceX to launch Doge 1 satellite to the moon in 2022, Elon Musk says. Hundreds injured after Israeli forces storm Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem amid ongoing Palestinian protests. Jewish visitors banned from Temple Mount on Jerusalem Day as tensions soar over Palestinian evictions and hampered Muslim pilgrimage. Bitcoin rival Ether pushes market value towards $500 billion as crypto rockets past 4,000. Nothing to suggest this is a domestic terrorism event, says PM Ardern, after 4 stabbed in Dunedin supermarket in New Zealand. At least 13 killed in 2 bus bombings across Afghanistan as Taliban announces 3-day EID ceasefire. Fire at Kuwait's largest oil field is latest in series of blazes at oil sites across the Middle East, but no impact on production. Israeli driver rams Palestinian after car is reportedly pelted with stones in East Jerusalem. Reported cyber attack on major U.S. pipeline sends oil and gasoline prices higher. Outdoor bars to be open in days as France proceeds with easing COVID restrictions amid falling intensive care cases. A tourist rescued after being trapped on glass bridge that shattered in China. Yeah, that would be a big hell no. No, I've seen pictures and video of this bridge before, and I don't like watching video of it, no less going there and walking on it. Could you imagine being on this thing? We're talking a bridge, right? That the floor is glass, and it's like suspended way high. And I want to say the bridge swings when you walk across it. I'm pretty sure the bridge sways. I'm not 100% positive on that, but as I recall from the video, it sways too. And anyway, could you imagine walking across that and the damn thing shattering? Yeah. Bad day, Tater. Ex-head of Siberian hospital that treated Russian opposition figure Navalny found alive after disappearing while on hunting trip. Scientists discover living fossil thought to have been extinct for 273 million years on ocean floor near Japan. China slams Western double standards over rocket debris and NASA criticism with reminder about SpaceX rocket that fell on farm. Chinese yuan reaches strongest level against U.S. dollar since 2018. Civil war is brewing in France, and you know it. French military launches another salvo at Macron with new open letter. Agent Orange complaint against multinationals include Monsanto and Dow Chemical rejected by French court as inadmissible because they are untouchable. COVID-19 vaccines by Johnson & Johnson and AstraZeneca should be excluded over potential side effects, says the Norwegian health experts. Russian stock market smashes historic high on weaker dollar amid rising crude. Childhood BMI linked with risk of anorexia nervosa, bulimia nervosa, and breast cancer in later life. Pretoria warns of vaccine apartheid if wealthy countries don't share COVID jabs as leaders mull patent waiver. UK PM Johnson being investigated by standards watchdog over $21,000 Caribbean holiday. Trump lays into junkie Kentucky Derby winner Medina Spirit, says failed drug test is emblematic of what's happening to this country. Western media outlets raise familiar Russian hacker boogeyman in ransomware attack that shut down safety risk U.S. fuel pipeline. Let's see. BBC gets pilloried for giving tips on how to safely embrace one another. You know, with your mask and face shield. Canberra's controversial ban on Australians returning home from India upheld by federal judge. Reported disappearance of Navalny doctor sends Western Russia watchers into overdrive until he's found alive and well, that is. BioNTech says no evidence it needs to change its COVID-19 jab formula despite new mutation variants. Nah, it does what it needs to do, I'm sure. Biden administration makes gender identity a protected class in healthcare, forbids discrimination. Olympics kills the poor, furious Japanese public protest Tokyo 2020 Olympics as calls to cancel games continue. Ruble shrugs off latest U.S. sanctions targeting Russian financial market. Rockets fired on Jerusalem, an attack claimed by Hamas after clashes between Israelis and Palestinians. Cyprus lifts third lockdown, introduced COVID safety pass for citizens to return to some form of normality. Hackers accused of U.S. fuel pipeline ransomware attack say they're apolitical and do not want to create problems for society. Too late. EU calls on Turkey to deliver on migrant deal at meeting with UN High Commissioner for Refugees. Service with pride or more woke washing, CIA recruitment ad featuring gay agency librarian prompts backlash. German Interior Minister catches coronavirus after vaccination. Gaza Health Ministry says 9 Palestinians killed in Israel airstrikes, including 3 kids, multiple injured. Fire erupts outside Al-Aqsa Mosque in Jerusalem amid clashes between Palestinian protesters and Israeli police. EU to hit AstraZeneca with second lawsuit over COVID-19 vaccine delivery delays, a spokesperson says. Open the turnstiles. UK PM Johnson gives green light for 10,000 fans to return at Premier League games. Biden says no evidence Russia responsible for pipeline cyber attack, but Russia has some responsibility. You know. Massive and sophisticated fake review scam unearthed on Amazon, says a report. U.S. Coast Guard fires 30 warning shots at unsafe and unprofessional Iranian military ships during flotilla encounter, says the Pentagon. Detroit Police Chief James Craig to retire and may take on Republican target Gretchen Whitmer and run for Michigan governor. WHO classes Indian COVID-19 variant as global concern amid worries of vaccine resistance. NBC cancels 2022 Golden Globes as part of pressure campaign on organizer for more diversity. Leading Russiagate conspiracy theorist appointed to key national security role at Biden's Department of Justice. France's most notorious serial killer, Ogre of the Ardennes, dies in jail at 79. Israel bombs targets across Gaza after Hamas rocket barrage and unrest in Jerusalem. And let's see. Lastly, FDA authorized emergency use of Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine for American children as young as 12. Yikes. So anyway, that is the headlines, if that's not crazy enough. Keep an eye on this stuff. Continue to prep. Continue to live. And when you're doing your prepping, as I keep saying, if you can only do a little bit, do a little bit. Put that chin up and keep moving forward. That's the whole idea. Every extra day you add to your preps is an extra day. That one day could be the difference. Don't stop. Anyway, I hope you all have a good evening. God willing, we'll be back again tomorrow. As always, God bless you. We love you. Be one with your spirit. Shalom.